because obviously the thing that's going to happen in the end, Molly obviously is going to make this town happier, and Scratch is going to get almost sucked into this world of lost souls. But I'm pretty sure how that's going to get solved is Molly's going to call Scratch, and because of being cursed, Scratch will get pulled out of whatever that is and come straight to Molly. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be. So, I was right on the idea that, yes, the season finale was going to be Scratch probably being sent to the failed phantoms and then Molly having to save his ass. I was wrong that the curse would be what did it, like to pull Scratch out, which I'm also happy on that note, because also there is just so much about this that I love about these episodes. Like, just this image alone is badass as all hell, and the jokes are really great. And also, this is the second time this year where the joke character, or the character who's like really there, like mostly to make laughs, is legitimately like a really kind of good badass. I don't know if it's, I'm not sure if that's much of a joke, because I know there's some characters that are kind of like that, but like, if you've seen Stranger Things and you know the plane scene where they're in the plane, you might know who I'm talking about. And this one has kind of something similar where it's like a character that you never think, and you're like, huh, all right. He has some training, apparently. But before we get to this episode, the jig is up, which, I like. Basically, Molly gets wind turbines to Brighton, and so apparently it's going to be great. Which, there is a joke here that I actually really, really like. They kind of start off good. Well, that's in any episode didn't start off good, but this.
Brighton. Some have said we were the original Windy City, till some bigger city bullied us out of the name.
You don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about Chicago. So most likely, yes, this is in Illinois. And also on that same note, the reason why Chicago is known the Windy City, you might think, oh, is it because it's windy because the weather's so insane there? No, it's because the politics were so corrupt, it was like blowing smoke up your ass. So it's windy for blowing smoke up people's asses. That's not a joke. That's something I learned in Chicago history class when I took it. Have fun with that knowledge. But yeah, so basically they're trying to get wind turbines there, but they get Scratch to basically do the wind. So these guys, and basically, they succeeded. They're gonna get the wind turbines there. They made new jobs for people.
I told you, you get paid in hugs.
You're gonna squeeze some wind out of me. You keep this up. Too late now, isn't it?
His phase 2 is great.
Okay.
But basically, he gets dragged back to the Ghost Council, and the Ghost Council basically says, "Hey, FYI, you're Brighton's becoming a happier place. So to help you, because you've apparently been scary and somehow it's still there must be a joy bringer there. So we're gonna send a joy hunter to kill them." I'm like, what? Which, honestly, I really want, there's, I love the Owl House a lot, I really do. I definitely want a game of that. But honestly, I also kind of want a game of this, or a role-playing game of, the Ghost and Molly Mcgee, where you can make, ghost characters. There's joy hunters, there's scarers, there's joy and happifiers, the different types of ghosts. Oh, yeah, there's just so many good jokes in this, like this.
Yeah, great. I'd love to wrap this up ASAP. Though I'm still not sure there's any joy here, so...
Wow, what a glorious day.
Freaking God himself was like, oh! This girl is a race hunter. Basically, the episode is them going around trying to find the Joy Jinx. And Scratch kind of missing everything, but also like there's a lot of stuff I like here, especially because But yeah, Scratch is kind of missing these things, and Molly is like, is everything okay?
Hey, Scratch, you seem a little weird today.
Also, a cool little reference that's shaped very much like the Ghostbuster tracker to track ghosts, except it's the opposite, or not really opposite, I guess, but it's to track Joy.
Weird? No, totally normal. I catch up.
She can use those as swords.
The parade. Save me some candy. Good stuff. Chocolate, nougat. You get where my head's at.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna come back to this guy because I'm actually. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna. This is Scratch. I'm just saying that right now. That's Scratch. That is Scratch's physical body. That is Scratch's physical body. I'll talk about it later.
I mean, look at this guy. Zero spirit. It's like he has no soul.
Yup. Oh my god. Oh my god. You just straight said it and I missed it. Oh my god. That's Scratch. This is Scratch. This is Scratch's living body. Scratch hasn't been dead that long. This is literally Scratch's living body. Oh my god.
It's like he has no soul.
Yeah, he's hideous. But I do smell.
Oh my god, he straight said it. Oh my god.
Scratch, those liars!
Oh god.
Do I hate tricky, deceitful liars? Don't you, Scratch? Those liars!
I honestly thought too when I saw her design that like, oh, they're gonna give Scratch a girlfriend. They didn't. But
Excuse me.
yeah, like they're basically Scratch is trying to get her away as quickly as possible.
Okay, I admit it. I have
And also, I like this too.
been haunting the storefronts. Let's go. Report it to the Ghost Council right now so they can yell at me.
You're forgetting most ruthless joy hunter!
Like he is at every step throughout this episode. He basically says, "Oh yeah, I didn't do this," or "I faked this." I faked this, and then like, let's see. Also, like right now, we actually find out why the Ghost Council is so adamant about scaring
Do
people.
you even know why misery is important?
Yes. So the Ghost Council has something to yell at me about.
Okay.
I love Scratch.
I see this as a learning moment for you. Look, you scare humans.
Yep.
And those scares generate misery.
With you so far.
And that misery feeds the chairman.
Right. What?
Just so you know, there are some characters that I like that do some very bad things to survive. There's some characters that I really like to do that. I think one of my favorite aliens that eats brains has a perfect answer to this to the chairman, or aka the Grim Reaper.
Fuck this guy!
Hopefully I put a clip there of my favorite alien doing what I think. But anyways, yeah, no, the chairman does it to eat people, to eat their fear. That is the most shittiest Grim Reaper possible. Like, the whole idea of the Grim Reaper is supposed to be a ferryman to ferry people to the land of the dead and stuff like that. He does this just to consume, to survive? Fuck this guy!
I guess we keep searching for this joint.
So yeah, they basically search for it. There's a cool little a James Bond thing right here. Like, and if you, like, it's like a James Bond intro, and like it even like let me see, they did the crosshairs, didn't they? But yeah, like throughout all this, Scratch keeps on going. Oh yeah, Scratch goes saying, "Oh, you know, I screwed up. I did it. Let's see. Wait a minute, right? This is also another good one.
This town should be miserable. So where is all this joy coming from? Huh?
insanity of joy here, where it's an ice cream truck being driven by a unicorn, Molly in the front with a big ass smile, and a rainbow shooting out the back. That is amazing.
Time for the ice cream social!
Whoops, I tripped. No, but I will be there.
Molly actually seems a bit depressed. Everything,
From a place, but a person.
and then you have
Can't do that because I lied to you. I'm not just a little behind on scares. I haven't been doing them at all. I'm lazy. But you've shown me the error of my ways. I'm going to turn things around here in Brighton. I promise. And it's all because of you.
All right, cut the drama. Pick yourself up. It's embarrassing. Look, if you promise.
And yeah, so like Scratch does everything in his power to get her out of there. And like he does everything in his power basically saying that he's the one at fault. Which
The everything cone.
obviously it wasn't gonna work, but
Yeah.
Sorry, one thing's still bothering me, Scratch.
yeah, and then it turns obviously then Jinx finds out.
Ah, well, here we go. It's this human girl, Molly Mcgee.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I don't know what a Molly Magoo is.
Molly Magoo.
Go on, Sprinkle!
Oh, Molly.
And then let's see.
That's why I'm here, to find the joy and eliminate it.
And she means that literally. And she's just ready about to go kill a child. Which I do want to say, that is a very nice looking scythe. Like I like the simplicity of it, like the kind of the edge there. It kind of looks like a hood, and then you have to see the scythe bit. Actually, kind of looks like a plague doctor too. But like, I like the design. It's very simple, very neat, but also very distinguishable and very nice. Like I like a good simplistic weapon. I know mine's broken. My Cooper Cane is broken, but I like simplicity. And you can see Excalibur back there, but Caliburn. But yeah,
Permanently.
about to go kill a child.
Scratch?
Also, I was half expecting that scythe to do more damage.
Back in a jiff.
Oof. Also, probably should have been a notifier for this girl to not Molly, Jinx, to realize, oh shit, she can see me.
Scratch? What's going on?
Stay back, Mo. Do whatever you want to me, but don't you hurt my best friend.
Ha! I knew it the whole time. Your friends.
I also noticed that, and I actually noticed this. I noticed it late in the next episode, really. But like ghosts are really round
Ha! I
until they
knew it the
transform,
whole time.
and then they
Your
start
friends.
getting spikier.
Human.
So this whole joy audit was a setup? Now who's the tricky, deceitful liar, huh? Okay, technically, I guess both you and me, but still.
The living belong with the living, and the dead belong with the dead. You can't be friends. It's unnatural. And
Kind of gives me Lord Dominator vibes. This girl.
against the ghost code, say goodbye, Scratch, because you're gonna spend eternity in the flow of failed phantoms.
And then this part too is really like kind of heartbreaking. This is actually really heartbreaking. I just realized what happens after the scene. Like that actually gives a tear right there because of just like he's about to get taken to basically hell, and his first reaction to this is saying sorry to Molly. That is, and then right here. Emma, that's so like oh. Then we have Molly versus the Ghost World, which like obviously
Fire up the flow. I got
Which-
a delinquent
again follows up
ghost here. What's the charge this time?
follows up right after.
Sleeping on the job. Oh no. He is friends with a living person.
How she threw him.
That is a serious charge.
Deadly serious.
Let the trial begin. Scratch, how do you plead?
How about for mercy?
I love Scratch, but this part here is I actually really like this part right here.
It's too stressful.
I can't afford to pull out any more hair. Daryl, let me pull out yours.
Let me bite your fingernails.
Deal.
Settle down, you two. The girls are working on it. We're gonna get Scratch back, right?
Like we've already obviously seen that, like, yeah, they like Scratch, and like we obviously have, like, you know, the whole part with, like, even when they were kicked out of their house, it was even when they get kicked out of their house, they're not sad. Well, yeah, well, they were sad, obviously, but like we mostly followed on Molly, and like I don't know, it did. Obviously, the dad was in denial. Mom just wanted to say, like, look, we're probably gonna have to move, and Daryl kind of really didn't seem like anything. But Molly was the one that seemed to be getting hit the biggest, especially with Scratch and everything. Even though, you know, Scratch says that, you know, he missed the family, but this is the first time I think we've seen the family worry about Scratch. Like, they are worried, and that I actually like. I really like that. That's actually really cool.
Breathe in.
Astral projection, how to contact the
Breathe
dead.
out. Feel
Also, I kind of called how she would get to the kind of.
spirit rise.
Because as soon as I did this, I'm like, how the hell is she going to get to the spirit world? Unless they pull something like... Because again, like, same thing with, like, Amphibia, when Anne got stuck in the human world. It's like, if they're going by our logic and something like that, and they're not going to do something like, oh yeah, there's just a random portal that leads to the spirit world. If it's supposed to be like our world, it's going to be kind of difficult for... you know, any, I don't know, was she 13, 14-year-old girl to figure out how to get to a frog world. In this case, it's kind of, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit difficult for this girl to figure out how to astral project or find a way to the ghost world, unless she has a direct connection to it, which she did.
It's beyond this plane of existence.
Ugh, not even a
Let's see.
little.
I hate to admit it,
Which, as soon as she said, I already immediately knew.
but perhaps books don't have all the answers.
We need someone with first-hand knowledge. Libby, what's the preferred spelling of Jeff?
Oh, well, it's J-E.
Oh, pump the brakes!
As soon as I saw it, I even put that in my notes. I even put that in my notes that Jeff would be their way of getting back. Jeff could take her to the ghost world. How do you plead? Mercy?
Thanks, friend.
Jeff, Scratch is in trouble.
What? How can I help?
Take me to the ghost world.
I can't bring humans there. Yeah, I don't even think that's possible.
Which I love how he opens that portal. Like,
But I promise.
I am not taking no for an answer.
this is where she becomes Danny Molly Phantom.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Which I kind of got a little bit spoiled. Like, oh shit, Molly becomes a ghost. I didn't know it was going to be at the very beginning. I thought it was going to be like, oh, she gets turned into a ghost, and then like she's like very powerful for whatever reason, for being a happy and joy thing. No, she goes through a portal, and unlike Danny Phantom, where it merged in with spectral energy, it separated her spectral energy.
What just happened?
Molly, you're a wraith, a living person who has literally given up the ghost.
Oh, like, so her body has no soul.
I mean, look at this guy. Zero spirit. It's like he has no soul.
Scratch is also a wraith. Scratch is also a wraith. This is his physical body. Whether it's just still alive or how long he's been dead, who knows? But this is his actual physical body. I'm calling that right now. Maybe I'll make another video just to hone in on that point. But this is his actual physical body. Scratch is technically half alive? He's a halfa, as they said in that one Danny Phantom episode, and never brought up again. They really said that, and I'm just like, I remember, like, did they ever bring that back? No, they didn't. They really did not. But yeah, so Molly's a wraith.
Your body's alive, but no one's home.
I feel nothing. That's
Yeah.
creepy. But since I'm not technically human,
Which also another cool continuity thing is Molly being golden and shining, because we've seen this technically before a few episodes ago when Scratch was in Happified. You saw like he turned different colors, one of them being a golden color. Though I will say, I kind of would have liked if her eyes would have taken on the more cuter look that Scratch had. Like,
I feel pretty.
like something like maybe if she didn't have like the like she didn't have to go full cutesy, but I kind of would have liked it. Maybe you would have just saw like, you know, she didn't have the black sunken eyes kind of thing that all the ghosts have. But then again, like maybe this just shows that Scratch was actually, in a sense, way happier, full of joy at that point than Molly is even right now, which I guess that makes sense because she is trying to save her best friend.
Oh, do you like?
Now let's go save Scratch!
It is good too.
So, would you like to do something?
Not really.
Okay.
Libby's like, I'm supposed to be the low energy one. But she could, oh yeah, Blockbuster's dead, so it's literally in the afterlife, and he just got a flip phone because anything there, it always has to die first.
Until it dies. I just got a flip phone.
There's the failed Phantom flow.
Scratch will be there.
I wonder if there's more like in this ghost world.
You've got to be sneaky, which won't be easy with your bright gold joy energy.
Okay.
So again, showing that like the color of the ghost can change, can be different. Like, so Scratch was filled with joy that one time, so he probably would have like started happifying things too if he went to the ghost world.
I'll try to blend in.
I just love this. Just a touch. Already changing things. What did that say, actually? Are you experiencing joy? Then call the misery hotline. Hey.
Remember, joy is like poison here.
Except, it's not. It's not hurting anyone. It's just making them happy.
Not allowed. Oh, hopefully nobody saw.
And then the Saw Goblins? I can't remember what they're. It's cool seeing those back. Like, again, there's a lot of setup here. Even down to, like, when they start calling people up.
Yeah, here you are. Oh, hey, little Goblin. Anyone
Hey,
really
man.
that dumb?
Where she went.
Right.
We were cursed together, so I had to go everywhere she went.
Right. You actually cursed yourself. I
Yeah.
heard about it. I was like, wow, can anyone really be that dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, here you are.
And the good thing is, it worked out, because now he has a loving family and friends.
Oh, this lamp is covered in joy!
Which are flowers.
Molly, Jinx,
I love how she immediately knew. Or he immediately knew.
eliminate it, quick. Oh, don't get caught, Mal.
Again, he's more worried about Molly than he is himself. Also, this song is actually really good. It sounds kind of like, I got this feeling inside my soul. It feels. I'm sure that was probably some of the inspiration for it.
Everywhere I go, I'm glowing.
Yeah, that was definitely a large inspiration for this song.
Shooting rainbows out into the night.
I kind of would have liked if they would have taken on more cuter appearances as they got hit with joy.
And I can't help my jubilation showing. I got no dimmer switch, I'm always super bright.
Like, just touching things is changing. Molly. But yeah, I'm not going to go through the entire song, obviously, but I love this whole thing. And then basically when they finally get cornered, Saga will steal the joy.
I feel like giving up.
No!
And then Jeff shows how much of a badass he is.
Too far!
Even his form is great. Misery Mocha feel alive again. Oh, I love this part.
He shoved Chicago-style pizza in my face.
That's the first episode.
I don't like Chicago-style pizza.
Aren't you from Chicago?
Scratch helped me achieve my global games dreams.
He was suffering from the worst case of joy I've ever seen.
This is great.
Thank you, Howling Harriet. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Are we all just pretending we understood that?
Great, yeah, because that's a running joke. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, no one can understand her, but so they did. No, Scratch is like, no, you're all lying. None of us understood that shit.
Clear as you've become heavy. Mr. Chairman, sir, your judgment.
Oof.
Well then. An eternity in the flow of failed phantoms for you, Scratch.
Yeah, no. Molly Mcgee. Pure happiness.
Scratch, go!
Molly,
And the thing is, this show, like, I'll talk about it in a minute.
You don't get to say Scratch is a problem just because he's not like you. Who says ghosts have to be miserable anyway?
He does.
He's very intimidating, but that doesn't mean that he's right. What if ghosts didn't have to be miserable? What would that be like?
Heaven? I'd imagine. Ooh, are they gonna make the ghost world into, like, basically heaven next season?
This, and no ghost wants this. And as for your traitor friend,
I hope the ghosts get new designs, too. That'd actually be kind of cool. Like, maybe the ghost world is evolving later, and because of it, you then, like certain ghosts are, like, gonna start different. Like, maybe, like, Jeff will be, like, a different color than this spectral green.
into the flow he goes.
Poor Jeff.
how dare you throw my friend into the flow of failed phantoms?
I also love the continuity with his character.
Although if it was between him and me, you certainly made the right choice.
Molly
Even Mom's like, really? Really?
is a menace. Everything she touches turns to joy.
You know what?
And then Scratch gives a bit of...
You're right. Molly's way.
I love this show so
chipper
much.
in the morning.
It's the anything is possible part of the day.
And
I love how she...
she thinks helping others is the most important thing in the world.
Only 'cause it is.
She
Yeah, again, the continuity of just touching her hands is great.
you can have more fun
The flowers popping
being
up.
nice than you can have being mean.
I also love that, again, the design-wise.
And have being
The design-wise of, like...
She thinks you can have more fun being nice
Again, very round and
than
everything.
you can have being mean.
Something more spikier.
Which is just crazy. And here's something even crazier. She's right.
Hell yeah.
I like her for it. She's my friend, and I'm hers. And I don't care who knows it.
Aw, Scratch.
Call me soft, but I think it would be unnaturally cruel to separate best friends.
I already saw this twist coming. But also, I kind of knew what was the last twist that was going to happen too. But I was so happy swinging it. Like, here's the thing. Even if you know the twist, how it's executed can really change, like, how the feel is or the reveal of the twist. Even if you know what the twist is. One of the best examples I could probably give is the Owl House, where we already knew that spoilers, I guess, for the Owl House. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I love that show. See, this is spoiler for season 2, the reveal with Bellows. We kind of knew after the time travel episode that Philip was Bellows. I think we all kind of knew it. Like, it wasn't confirmed in the show yet, but we already kind of knew it. But the reveal of it to lose was so, like, dramatic, so big, and just like, oh shit, we're like, even if we knew that was Bellows, the effect, the scene had so much weight to it. The scene had so much feeling. The characters had so much feeling, and, like, you felt the pain that certain characters had. This has a very similar thing. Like, yes, I guess spoilers. We kind of know Molly, whenever she touches shit, it turns the joy. So what's gonna happen when she gets sent to the failed phantoms?
Yes, exactly.
but we don't know exactly how it's gonna
Let's
be.
send them both to the flow of failed phantoms.
It was nice knowing you, Molly. Better than nice. It was the highlight of my afterlife.
And that, as they say, is that.
Should have done it ages ago, if you ask me.
Yeah, sure.
Well then, back to work.
Oh, yeah. So you're totally just gonna go back to work. Totally nothing's bad's gonna happen to you all.
Jinx, clean yourself up.
Yes, ma'am. Nice to see you, Mr. Chairman, sir.
And I love this too, because I love this right here. This is so good. You hear it. And then you start seeing it because you know from the colors. And you know the Grim Reaper's like, what?
What is happening?
And then the laugh! The laugh!
Oh, you guys made a big mistake. You forgot. Everything I touch turns to joy.
Which I'm pretty sure that's the first ghost we saw get sucked into the flow of failed phantom in the series in the episode 1.
And that includes your stupid flow of failed phantoms.
Haha.
Light is more powerful than darkness. Hope is more powerful than fear.
Yes.
Love is more powerful than hate. Joy?
It's shining like it turning into a heart. Hell yeah. And it was a smiley face too. Hell yeah! Super Ghost Form Molly Mcgee!
Way more powerful than misery will ever be.
Hell yeah!
That being friends with a ghost is wrong. You're wrong.
And I love this too. He's dead. He was killed by joy. Oh my god. I love how, I was like, Molly punching the chairman seems kind of out of character because she doesn't seem like a violent person like that. But just how she does it, the boop. Oh, I love that so much.
The chairman!
And Jeff's back.
Save me.
They're like,
Dead friends. Aw.
I'm leaving, and I'm taking Scratch with me. Anybody got a problem with that?
I wonder if this means we're gonna get more Ghost Molly. Like, are we gonna see this in happified ghost form or vengeful ghost form? Ooh, vengeful ghost form. That'd be a cool name. So, like, I guess this would be like Molly's, like kind of like how in Harriet when she transformed, or like how the other ones transformed. Like, I guess this is her transformation, her ghost transformation. Vengeful ghost form. She's gonna kill you with happiness. They're all like, holy shit, we're scared of this 10-year-old. I'm sure how old Molly is. I was also kind of worried though. I'm like, what if she can't get back in her body?
Thank God you're back. She was starting to freak me out. I don't care. Whoa! Ah, Libby, you're the best! Hello?
And also, it's not just like possession because she actually has full control of her body, unlike when like Scratch possessed like Andrea and stuff. So I'm assuming she's fully back in her body, but I'm kind of hoping there's still that bit of like, she can go ghosts every so often. Or, there's my neighbor Tortorella up there. But and also, isn't that the fly from Rescue Rangers? But that, or we're going to see more Ghost Molly in season 2, which I think would be kind of cool.
Oh, Scratch! Molly, you did it!
I always knew you would, and I didn't lose any of my hair over it.
Just mine.
You should have seen Molly back there. Take that, Chairman. You want to take my best friend away? I'm gonna enhappify your face.
Well, yeah, I did kind of kill the chairman with kindness.
I love that.
What? Joy.
And now I'm back. That's right, Mcgee's. I curse you. I'm just kidding.
And I also like that too. Like, they could have done like the whole idea. Oh yeah, he cursed the whole family now. Like, that way he has this thing. Like, no, it's not going to be like a curse thing. It's not going to be something forced. Even if like he regrets it later. No, it's he chooses to be with them. And I love that. That's love.
Hey, so who's hungry, huh? You know, I'm feeling like nachos with extra cheese. And not the kind you just heat in the microwave. The good stuff.
Ooh, the Ghost and Molly Mcgee.
I kind of would have liked if you would have saw like it being Molly Mcgee and then it fades back into being the Ghost and Molly Mcgee. But yeah, this is so good.
Get in, friends. Aww.
I love this. I love this episode so much. And again, like, this is a show that is very, like, there are ways you could do, like, I like the Ben 10 reboot. It is a fun one. Is it like my favorite version? No, it's my favorite versions are probably still the OG and Omniverse. Omniverse is actually really freaking good. It's not like groundbreaking, but it's really fun. Also leaned way more into like trying to sell toys, which led to stuff like that slime creature, which is actually really cool. Anyways, beside the point. They're like, but when I hear a show that's like one of my biggest turnoffs of the reboot and reason why I didn't watch it way sooner was it's like, oh yeah, they're going to be on episodic adventures of a summer that'll never end. It's like, usually when they say that, it usually means, okay, it's never ending, which means they're going to run this, like, we're never going to get character development, or we might get character development pulled back, or some stuff like that. It usually cheapens and or ruins a show sometimes. And that's usually what I kind of tied episodic things to, because a lot of shows kind of tie into that. Like, I have more of a respect for Teen Titans Go right now after watching the movie, which the movie is really good. Teen Titans Go to the movies, go watch that. That's a really good one. And also after the one episode where basically they were going to get canceled and they had to convince the actual, like, not creators, but like, well, the creators of the show to do it again. Like, well, can we make a show that I add my son into it and all this stuff? And I'm like, all right, I can't really hate on this show. I feel like I shouldn't hate on this show because there are people who probably, wrote this and do somewhat like it. And like, this is like probably maybe the highlight stuff. And that's why I like, there's certain things where I'm like, I can't really shit on it that much. Obviously, yes, I do bring up bad things at some points. And like, I'm not watching Teen Titans Go, but there are, like, usually an episodic thing, I feel like would usually go the Teen Titans Go route, where it's just random stories. Maybe there's continuity, but it's usually just random stories and like characters kind of don't learn anything and are annoying. Ghost and Molly Mcgee, it is episodic, yes, but it has so much continuity between it all, whether it be Scratch on Trial with all the different ghosts from the past coming up, to the episode where, Andrea gets everyone together and like they show how important Molly is to the community and everyone and showing stuff, or like, Scratch saying like all the times that Molly has happified people. Like, this show knows how to balance that sprinkle of continuity between everything. And it's really good. Like, again, like, I want to bring up Amphibia real quick. It sounds like I'm always talking shit about Amphibia, but I do like that show. But for me, like I've said before, that show is like an arrow. Most of the shaft is lightweight, or an arrow. It's all of this is lightweight, and it's just like, okay, this thing, if it hits on it, it's gonna snap and break. It's not the strongest thing, But the arrow tip that stabs into something, that does the damaging blow and all that stuff, that is the more, and like that's the finales of Amphibia. Those are the damage breakers. Those are that's like, oh shit, like that's a lot of damage. Like that is what that is. 90% of the arrow is pretty much not usable for, and I'm not sure if this is worse as an analogy, or it's not really usable for a weapon. It's not that balanced. It is a projectile, and that is it. It is a really damn good projectile. It does some serious damage when it hits, but that is all it is very bottom heavy. That is Amphibia's, like, the shaft in this analogy, I guess, is the character development of Amphibia. Some things go back and forth, and it's usually the weakest part of that show. But the finales are beautiful. Where something along the lines of the Owl House and Molly Mcgee, I would say, is like a good-ass sword. Like, yeah, not all of it is a weapon, but it's it's way more balanced. It does damage throughout the weapon instead of it just being the very end of the tip. And I don't know why I wanted to go into a weapon analogy. Maybe I just wanted to show Excalibur. Who knows? But that is what I would say Molly Mcgee and the Owl House are. Like, they have the character development and those scenes throughout the whole series, and it's balanced so well with it. And like, Owl House and Molly Mcgee honestly are like two flip sides of that coin too, where the Owl House is, well, even not really, because even the Owl House is kind of episodic, but there is more story driven throughout of it, especially in season 2. Goes to Molly Mcgee right out the gate. There's a big continuity, yes, but it is episodic. They need to put those episodes in order. But it's just so damn good. It's honestly really damn good. Like, there's character development throughout the entire thing. There's story driven throughout the entire thing. No character feels like, oh, I hate this character or whatever. It's really good. Also, I forgot to mention before I end this video, accidentally shut off my audio there for a second. So I'm not entirely sure what... Okay, quick analogy in case I didn't say it before. Amphibia, arrow. Arrowhead, very hard and pointy, very damaging. Shaft of arrow, very bad. Not really good for a weapon. The character continuity and like stuff like that, it's not really there. Where it's not there. Oh shit. I muted myself on accident. But the character continuity, like, Amphibia is more like an arrow. The finales are like the arrowhead, very hard, very tip, is the very damaging blow, and they're really good at doing damage because the finales are beautiful in Amphibia. But the rest of the show feels too lightweight, too easily breakable. Like, that is what that is. It is much more like an arrow, where Owl House and the Ghost of Molly Mcgee, I would say, is more like a sword. It is way more balanced. Oh, that's probably a very balanced... Someone who like Sword Fight Leader is like, that's a terribly balanced sword. Yeah, but it's still cool. But it's more balanced. It has where an arrow can only deal damage really at the very tip. A sword has damage all throughout of it. Even like this, even like you can beat the shit someone with the hilt or the pommel. Like, I'm not sure why I want to do a weapon analogy, but it's just how I'm thinking. Like, that is what I say, like, Molly Mcgee and the Owl House are. And even then, those two shows are kind of on different sides of the spectrum, where the Owl House, even though it is still episodic, I'm not sure why people say it's not. It's not like it's like, oh yeah, you need to watch like this part 1, part 2, part 3. It is episodic, like it's something where I saw, but obviously it is way more story driven along with the characters. Yes, Molly Mcgee, though there is a story there, it is way more episodic, but there's continuity and the story is more the character development. And that's awesome. That's cool. I like that. And also, before I actually end this video, the dark humor in this is great. But also, you do see Molly kind of almost get sucked in through a portal.
Why do they always call her about to have fun?
Be back in time to power the wind flow!
But it's a quick thing that you could miss, but I love this so much.
We may not have super fast internet or fancy corporate tax breaks, but
Oh, you saw it. The fish freaking falls out the window. I'm guessing that thing's dead. Also, these two are together, which is great. But yeah, this show is so good. And like, here's the thing too. Like, throughout this episode, Molly's happifying things just by touching it, and like that, she brings joy to Brian's life. Honestly, this show, I think, this show brings joy to me. Like it, like I've said before, this is a show that I watch to make me happy. Like if there was when they had I think when they had all three shows running at the same time. I think they did. I can't remember. When they had Amphibia, Owl House, and Molly Mcgee, I would say Molly Mcgee for last. Because this show just made me happy. It just made me happy. It was just fun, energetic, and it is just great. It is really awesome. I loved it. Honestly, kind of want to get that Scratch plushie that's floating around. But yeah, I love this show. Honestly, this show needs more views. I'm not sure if it has as big of a fan. Maybe I'm just not jacked into that fandom as much as Amphibia and Yowl House. But I feel like it doesn't have as big as a fandom, which I didn't really think about it until, I thought about it a while ago, but I didn't really think about that also until I looked on Twitter, and then I saw Molly in her super ghost form, her vengeful ghost form, and I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. I'm like, right, the new episode came out. And I'm not supposed to go on Twitter because I get spoilers. I got one of the biggest spoilers. But I can kind of call everything else happening around it. But this episode is great. It's honestly fun. It even is able to have badass moments in it. Where again,
powerful than hate. Joy?
That right there is badass as all hell.
Joy is way more powerful than misery will ever be. Don't tell me that being friends with a ghost is wrong. You're wrong!
I love the music cut out and everything. But yeah, this episode was so good. Just it's even this show is where it's cute and stuff is able to have a badass moment like that. That is so good. And even have again where Molly kind of brings up Scratch said, "Oh, Molly, you're not really that scary."
I'm leaving, and I'm taking Scratch with me. Anybody got a problem with that?
No problem at all.
Now we need Luz to get a super form somehow. Molly has a vengeful ghost form and has her calamity blue form. We need now Luz needs to get some kind of witch form, either Azura witch form. That'd be badass. Maybe her hair changes a different color and maybe it acts with the egg. I don't know. That's is freaking badass. I love this. But yeah, I love this episode. And even though we knew. Even though I knew they're gonna purify the flow, which is cool that they even saved ghosts that they never even knew or probably been stuck there for thousands of years. It's cool to see that, and also it changes this dynamic too. Honestly, the flow of failed phantoms, I think, is a better version of okay, maybe I might make a comparison video between Molly Mcgee and Star Versus because there are some similarities there too, definitely. But yeah, because I just remembered something about that. But yeah, so in either case, I love this. This is great. I love this show. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're videos I've done, links are on my face, subscription buttons are on there, so share videos. This is the show that literally has a character who happy people and happy me watching it. This is a damn good show. This is a really good, fun, good show. And it doesn't have to be super, well, even then, it has very big things with, it has very grounded things, them losing their house or, all that stuff. It has stuff like that. But it still is entertaining. Again, Starverse is screwed up horribly on like the Earth episodes, where I'm just like, I just want to see the other worlds. This is like, even though I definitely want to see more of the Ghost World a little bit more now. Also seems like they did probably take a bit of inspiration from the Phantom Zone, but even though I do want to see a little bit of the Ghost World now. Like, how does it now? And recording there, and recording. Being on Earth is fun. Seeing these characters are fun. Like, it was so much better than like Star versus Earth. And I don't know. This was great. This show is just great. Mcgee is awesome. I love this a lot. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching videos I've done. Links are on my face. Subscribe to my somewhere between videos. I love these characters, and it's just good. And honestly, finding out that season 2's animation apparently is already done kind of makes me excited, because I'm thinking, like, does that mean like we're gonna get like season 2 of Molly McGee like in October? Like, or like, is it like gonna be like that quick? I kind of hope it does. Like, if it's already done, like, hell yeah, give it to me. I want to see it. But yeah, I want to see it next season. I want to see how this is gonna go. But thank you for watching your videos, and we will see you later. Also, they can now do like the collector trading card thing that like you saw with the Sog Goblins or whatever. They can do one for Scratch, Jeff, and now Ghost Molly. Like, and like her Ghost Molly's ability could be like and happify everything. Like the ability that on it. Like, that'd be so cool.
Joy is way more powerful than misery will ever be. Don't tell me that being friends with a ghost is wrong. You're wrong!